Oh my gosh. That was my co-host in a scene from the 5-part limited series Angelyne that starts streaming today on Peacock. So for those who don't know who Angelyne is, who is she?
She's a woman who became almost overnight famous in Los Angeles through a series of mysterious billboards that started popping up, just featuring her incredibly provocative, mysterious pose, her name, and a phone number. And overnight, she just became the water cooler until she had 200 billboards and a wall that was 10 stories high at Hollywood and Vine. And she was kind of this LA icon and myth. No one really knew who she was, where she was from, what she was selling. And ultimately, you know, she is this like LA unicorn who represents reinvention and possibility and positivity. And in 2017, there was an article in The Hollywood Reporter that pertained to solve the mystery of her backstory. And her response to that was to call into question the veracity of that article. And it's so fascinating because people have told so many different stories about her. She's from Idaho, she's from space, she's an alien. There are 12 of her. They switch them out every year. But she's kind of was the original person who became celebrated and famous just for being themselves.
Because she wasn't on a show, she didn't have a movie.
Nope.
It was just...
She said, I'm going to get the love of the world for being who I am, for my energy, my aura. It's just me.
So also what I love about this is that you saw an article in The Hollywood Reporter and you thought, this is a story that I'm interested in. And you went to go meet with Angelyne. What was it like when you met with her?
Well, I think I was more nervous than almost any moment in my life because by that point I had just so fallen in love with the myth and all the many different stories about her. I had bought her meditation tapes on eBay and I had a pink Walkman. I used to like be in the bathtub listening to her meditation tapes. So we had this incredible dinner and I showed up an hour early and she showed up on time, but then she drives this pink Corvette and she sells merch out of the back of her car.
Like,
T-shirts with her face, and she gets mobbed in LA wherever she goes. And so she ended up to be an hour late to the meeting because I could see her out the window. She got mobbed by the valet guys and the people at the hotel. I think people buying T-shirts, and she does like these provocative poses, and she basically did this like hour-long photo shoot with all of her fans, and I was just like, just eating it all up. In any case, she sat down and she laid out her napkin on her chair and kind of took a pose in front of me, and she said, "So, why do you have such a hard-on to play me?"
Wow.
And I was like, that's why, because she knows that she's usually underestimated. That's exactly why.
Yeah,
I said, because you're the most unexpected feminist. You know what you want, you ask for it. She has usually a singular control over her image, and she understood the power of her image decades before social media.
And you played what lifespan of her?
I play her over the course of 50 years.
I mean, the transformations are incredible. I know you're in the hair and the makeup and all of it for hours in the middle of the night. Right?
Yeah, and the look we just saw where she's negotiating for more billboards, that's about
Who paid for all the billboards?
Well, you have to watch the show.
Oh, okay. I saw the first one.
Yeah.
Angelyne, the 5-part limited series starts streaming today on Peacock. We will be right back.